Most women in Rwanda cook over an open fire. But firewood is scarce, and a woman must go to search for it. While looking for firewood, they are vulnerable to attack, and while cooking indoors, they are prone to diseases and burns. If only the women knew there's an alternative, that in fact, it rises to greet them each morning. An inspiration to 13 grandchildren, Marie and Wilfred Pimentel came to Rwanda to help the women adopt the solar cooker. Married 55 years, the sprightly duo are convinced there's an alternative to a wood fire.
It encourages the use of solar energy, which is a substitute source of wood.
People haven't quite made the connection that when they cut a tree, they reduce the rainfall.
After learning about the solar cooker in California, in 2001, they introduced Rwanda to the idea of cooking with the sun. Because of deforestation, the government has prohibited cutting trees without a permit, and the women have to go especially long distances to find wood.
This was in Nigeria, and the women would carry 60 to 80 pounds of wood in a basket up on their shoulder, and occasionally that basket would slip off their shoulder, and as they carry babies right on their upper middle back, the baby would be decapitated, and it was terrible. And when you see that or hear of it, you say something has to be done to change that.
For the last 5 years, Wilfred and Marie have showed Rwandan women how the solar cooker can be made cheaply from local materials.
They're very easy to make and very easy to teach the technology.
But the challenge was reaching the women in the countryside. How could they teach them to use the solar cooker?
Friends, a Rotary from California, American, and in Rwanda, we appreciated it very much.
President of the Solar Cooker Rwanda Association, Xaverine Shema, has been active in women's organizations. After meeting Wilfred and Marie, she organized trainings throughout the provinces. She taught women to construct the solar cooker and encouraged them to give up the three-stone fire. Xaverine took time to explain to the ADP team how you break the back of the bean.
That's a pot, and it needs to be black because it attracts sun. So the sun, while reflecting the light and the heat from the aluminium, also aggregates the heat around this black pot. This bag is supposed to keep all the heat inside, around the pot. Then you close the bag, and as the pot attracts all the heat, it doesn't let it go out. And then we have the time to ourselves.
And can you cook on an overcast day?
Okay, in this case we should use the rocket stove, the other type.
In fact, solar cooking is just one part of 3D cooking. It consists of cooking with the sun, insulating the food to keep it warm, and using a fuel-efficient stove on overcast days.
It's not rocket science, all this is called a rocket stove.
It was Rotary member Kelly Alice who connected the Rwandan women to the solar cooker. He introduced Xaverine to her American friends and supported the women's training by encouraging Rotary to fund the project.
These are the rocket stoves. You can put 2 of them in a drum. Look at this fire with just one piece of firewood.
The solar cooker and the rocket stove in tandem make a great team, especially for the overcast days when the sun goes away.
It is being made locally. We conduct workshops for people, teaching them how to make this, and they go into every nook and corner in the most remote place possible, and they can make it themselves. This is really appropriate technology.
But changing cooking habits is difficult. The cultural barriers, Zaverine says, are the hardest to overcome. The women are reluctant to give up traditional cooking. But thanks to the persistence of Rotary and the Solar Cooker Rwanda Association, they've trained hundreds to adopt the new technology.
So we hope by our teaching that they will come to understand the importance of saving the trees.
These are not beneficiaries. These are partners.
To honor the training of nearly 300 Rwandese, the local government convened a festival in the Kinihira district. The American Rotary paid for raw materials, and the Rwandan Rotary distributed them to the trainees. With a new sewing machine and a bag of cotton, the women can make their own insulating hay boxes.
The gesture you have done today of handing over this equipment is meant to supplement their own capacity.
A woman will tell another woman things that she would never say to a man.
The greatest gift the solar cooker gives the woman, Marie says, is a boost to her self-esteem.